Okay, here we go. This is 55 minutes of Crazy House chess. This is the Stefanova Arena. Time controls 2-2. There will be no time burners. Alright, let's take that guy out and develop. Strike at f7 indirectly. Alright, let's recapture. Thought you might do that. Let's point at a square over here. Make something good happen maybe on this square. Where's their knight gonna go? This pawn that they placed here, maybe I'll use over for safety for my king. I'm still learning a lot with this variant. One approach is just to be really defensive. Put some pieces right around your king. They're good at defending squares and rules out any possibilities for your opponent to drop pieces near your king. So, should probably just take that, huh? And I feel like I already want to put in a pawn, like right here. Let's... Is this a moment to already just strike somehow with the pawn? I don't think so. Let's throw a pawn in there. Take my bishop. I don't want to take with the queen. She's just too vulnerable the further up the board she goes. Okay, now I'm really thinking about a pawn drop right here. But not so fast. Let's get another piece involved. Castle. I don't know if I want a castle just yet. If I do a pawn drop, I might want to put it here as a defensive. Yeah, they'll take if I put a pawn here. Maybe it's time for a knight drop. Let's go here. Think offensively for a little bit. f7. Oh, that move. Let's get that in. All right. You got a knight, a bishop, a pawn. I want a castle. I want to line up some defensive pieces here. Have a defensive approach. May change. Yeah, let's put a pawn here. Strong. A strong defender. Tuck the king in right there. Yeah, I like this grouping of pawns. Nice shelter for the king. Castle. Where can I put in a knight drop? Maybe attacking this weak pawn here, identifying these unprotected pieces. Alright, let's castle. I like the security I have for my king. These three squares, well, this here, there's a knight drop here. No, you better move, buddy. Let's start with bishop here. Doing that. Oh, you gotta move. You gotta move. Knight here now. Or even bishop. I don't know. You gotta move. Oh! That's gonna be painful. I missed that move. Bishop on g4. All right, it's going to get wild here. Coming in for the kill. Here we go. Bishop h6. Bring in the heat. Oh! Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Repetition? It'll be the first draw ever. Crazyhouse. There you go. Mm-hmm. Draw by repetition of position. All right. Sack some pieces now. Bring the pain. I want a pawn. I want to put a pawn here. Let's trade pawns. All right, pawn drop on g7. I insist. I insist. I want to get a rook here. Well, actually, I'm going to get the rook. It's trapped. How do you like that? Give me the rook. Knight here. I'm at f6. I'm going to drop my rook, though. Oh, I got their queen. Let's take here with check. Where's the mate? Where's the mate? There it is. Back to tournament. Oh, see how long that game took? 7 minutes. That's why these are lengthier time controls. Take forever. I don't want to play without the increment. Because, you know, it's too hard to drop those pieces fast enough. Alright. Are you going to sack on f7 or not? Let's guard g5. Alright, go ahead, go for it. Going with that. It's castle. Okay, how to take? I'm going to go with this. Transfer this knight over here. Okay. Are you already lining something up here? Let's kind of offset this pressure against these two squares. Don't know if this is so right. I might need to put my bishop here. Maybe a bishop here, throw a punch and defend. Or knight here. Queen here, I end up in knight takes pawn, and I don't know. Should I already be thinking offensively? Let's try that. That'll show them. Go ahead, hit me with the fork. That's what I thought. Thought you might do that. Alright. Let's see if you give me your knight. Okay, knight takes pawn and then knight drop on h4. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Feels like this is already trouble. I need some defense here. They got two bishops they could drop yet. Yikes. I got four. This is the four knights variation. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe I could just sack the queen here. Pawn takes. Yeah, why not? Who cares about the queen? Actually, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I took with the wrong piece. Oh, man. Alright, maybe we'll try that. Abort. Try something different. Wow. Look at this e7. Look at this e6 square. Crazy. Finally, I'm out of a pin. I have to worry about 4 crazy minor pieces. That's no. Now's the time to think offensively, right? Not quite. Let's do that. Defense. Soon, though, there's going to be an accident happening here. Pawn on f3. Bring the pain. Maybe the bishop is better here, so I could put the pawn on the beastly second rank. I'm sure that's how you were all viewing it. But the pawns on those squares? Monsters. It's got to be right. Feels too good. Oh yeah, look at that intersection square. That's where it's at. Oh. There is that move, isn't there? All right. Let's see what happens. Pawn right here. Right now. Take the initiative. Queen drop right here with check? Maybe. That's not working out. I got these squares covered. Still on their rook. Threatening mate. Okay, where's the mate? Starts with that. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we are definitely cooking. Take that rook with check. Where's the mate? He's running. Let's do that move. Don't know if that was best. Let's throw in a check here. A check there. We close to mate. Another check. They could block. Am I going to get mated? They have a moment to do something. They only have a queen, though. I'm going to drop a knight for mate. Less than 10. Yeah, they ran out of fuel fast, huh? King had to run for the hills. I have these two squares covered. Tricky knight. Drop. Back to tournament. 4 is where we are at. 42 minutes. Plenty of time. Not on the front page. But I'm off to a good start. I don't think I won my first 2 games before playing in a Crazyhouse tournament. While recording, at least. Man, that was pretty wild in that game, that e6 square. They were really hammering away at e6. I was in that pin. All right. Offset the squares that they're controlling with their last move. Let's go here. Will they sack and do this? I don't know that many players do that. Okay. Let's take again, expose their queen. And should I already drop? Let's do that. Queen back home, I believe, is best. Yeah. What? I will definitely take that queen. All right. Game's far from over, but I'm liking my position. Let's start with the knight right here. These knights striking right at the heart. Go right for the heart. Kano style for Crazyhouse. We're taking that. Rip the heart right out. Give a check and throw a queen right in there. And that'll be it. See? See what happens when you strike at the heart? Yeah, that was not a good idea to sack the queen like that, but maybe they just missed that their queen was even hanging. I don't know. They were going for a quick strike at f2, or f7, scholar's mate style. Alrighty. Yeah, I basically always go like this as black. I don't know if it's good, but I don't know. It's been working out so far. I'll break the pin. Yeah, whenever your pawns are off of your own 7th rank, now you have to watch out for crazy white pawns that might end up here. Like, I'm already thinking about rook here, but let's do this first. I don't think a pawn here is going to be that much of a bother, but at some point dropping in here with tempo against a rook, usually a good idea to take measures against that. That's a pretty annoying move. I should have stopped that. All right, we're going to take and then play here to try and stop a pawn drop on this square. They're ready to drop a pawn here, and that would have really hurt me. And now they're giving that pawn up. If you just drop a pawn, it's really like dropping two pawns, because I take it and then I could put it back on my side. I think I have time to do that. I'm going to do it and then build up. Shelter. Put a nice shelter in for my king. You could really have a lopsided material advantage in Crazyhouse. Like one side having 8 minor pieces, 4 rooks, 2 queens, and your opponent having like nothing. Ouch. There is that move, isn't there? Well, hang on. Hang on for a second. Yeah, let's do that. Don't hurt me too bad. Alrighty, I'm in a pin still. Wow. Alrighty, let's see what you got. About even on time. I have yet to do anything against their king, but I got these guys. It's nice to have a mix of different pieces. Pawn, knight, bishop, rook. Opponent has the same. One of each. All right. Well, I think I already want to drop this rook. Right here. Opposite their king, it defends squares that they just put pressure on. It also stops a drop here for when it's taken. Opposite their king, though. Maybe I could do this and just look for regular. Mate by regular means. Okay, we're going to put this guy up right here. There you go. Keep your king nice and tucked in. Look at this. Look at this little home right here. You can't get at the king. This is a beastly home. This is how you dream of your Crazyhouse king position. It's looking just like this. Look at this. Pigs on G2. Pawn on G2 stops all that nonsense, huh? I should have went with this instead, looking for that mate. All right. All right. I should really start thinking offensively now. I think now's the time. You need to start dropping some pieces. Bishop H3. All right, let's see how they take. The queen's going to be trapped if she takes. Yeah, she's a cooked piece now, unless there's some crazy drop. Yeah, I like how I have all these squares covered really well. Knight drop in here, they'd have to invest a real lot. Down on time. Yeah, that's what they're trying. Should I take? Or just run away? If I go here, there's a fork. Okay. There, huh? Take here so I can get your queen. Yes, just what I wanted. All right, crazy town. Check. Where are the checks? I should be able to mate. No. Right here. I should have that. This is mate, no? Might have miscalculated. I think I did. No, I still have a queen. What are you talking about? Oh, I got it. Here and then there. Whoo, I'll take it. Back to tournament. 16, 12, 12. Okay, what game number is this? I don't know. I think this is only my second time playing as white. I like having the bishop here. Not saying I will take on f7, but I like having this. That's a free pawn. I will definitely take that. Alright, you block, I take another pawn. Alright. I already feel like I should have something against their king. Definitely. Pawn drop right here. I could take this pawn. Let's do that. I have three. I just have three extra pawns now. Threatening here. Coordinating your pieces on specific squares is a big deal. It's a good strategy. There is that move. However, I could simply go here and defend. Are they going to do a pawn block here? It's not working. Like a pawn push here. I could drop a pawn into f7, fort. I could do pawn drop here to win my knight, but yeah, I don't know about that. Okay. Now, there should be something here. Just take that knight. Yeah, and now I'm going to drop a pawn on f3, I think. Although, no. Should I already be thinking offensively? A knight right here? No, I'm going to be a bit more cautious. Let's just offset the presence this bishop has in my position, the squares that it's trying to control. He kind of puts a halt to that. Maybe I'll put my other two pawns right here. Okay. Thought you might do that. But, as mentioned before, I have that move. It's got to be painful. Actually, let me go into my preferences real quick. Game behavior. Promote to queen? Never. Not in Crazyhouse. I'm thinking about a knight here. Let's get it. Alright, I could also go with a pawn right here again, or a knight. I think I like that idea. I'm pretty sure I could take up the initiative right now. So let's make it work. I have another knight even, and how do you like that? A fork and a half. So I'm getting the queen. Not sure I want to take her right away. Is there something better? Don't think so. I should take her right now. Queen here, go after the rook. I don't know about that. Maybe. Threatening to drop a knight and then drop a queen into c7. Okay. Could take this bishop. Oh, there's a knight drop here. Should I just do a queen drop right here? No, queen drop. The rook isn't hanging now. Where's my time? Let's just, oh, I don't know. Let's castle. Gonna take my knight? Okay, you're doing that. Let's go here. I just want some exchanges. I want to go after their king now. Alright. Okay, there's got to be something good here. Okay, he's got to go. Okay, I have the initiative and I should keep it. right here, here no matter what, and we should be having mate somehow. Where's the mate? Right here, and then a pawn back on this square for a second time, and that's mate this time around. Okay. 20, 16, 16, 16. 5 for 5. All right, I'll take it. Less than 30 minutes in this one. Top guy, Hope Chess Master, morning coffee. And handy 5 stars, I guess. Puhovic. Okay, not a good idea to get into a time race with this guy. Speedy. Will he sack on f7? We're going to find out. Nope. All right. Take back. Oh, I can't do a take back. Oh. Man, that's going to come back to hurt me. All right. That's going to hurt me. Bishop g4. Man. All right, well, it's not over. Get back there. That's where you were supposed to go, buddy. That's where you were supposed to go. I'm fighting down 2 pieces, basically, right now because of that. Not just 1, 2. You could do it, though. This will be the most amazing comeback ever. Oh, I got a pawn. That pawn is going to be... This guy's going to act as compensation for being down basically 2 minor pieces. Wait until you see. Aha, defense. Work around those guys. Let's just see. Let's just see you try to do that. Oh boy. Let's go here and drop a pawn here like yesterday. As soon as possible. Mend these gaps in your position before it's too late. A quad structure. You're going to do some drop here. No, I have it covered with this guy. Let's see how you feel with a knight right here. Striking at the heart. G2, looking at a pawn drop one day right here. Watch this tactic. You ready? Take that guy. Knight check here. Grab the bishop with check. Drop a bishop into E2. That's the big plan. All this just to land a silly fork. Is it worth it? Who knows? We're going to give it a shot, though. Maybe I take here instead. No, it's not really that big of a deal being down a piece when it comes to Crazyhouse. Well, in a way. But there's certainly opportunities to kind of fight back. Alrighty. Do I even want to take the rook? Important question. Maybe I take this guy instead. That rook's going nowhere. How about knight here? Yeah, let's see if we could grab another piece over here. They're kind of scary. They might sack. Bishop takes pawn, rook takes, lure my king out and do a pawn drop here. We'll see. I'd like to take here, and after their queen recaptures, I take here. Okay. Now, their queen is definitely vulnerable. Let's throw a punch at her and take here next. Yeah, this is starting to feel pretty good now. I have the initiative against their king. And should I take here? How should we do it? Knight takes pawn? Yeah, rip the heart right out of that structure right there. There you go. I'll take here twice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go here. Oh, I should have done a knight drop. I didn't do well to get the initiative, although I should certainly have something here. Are you kidding me? Starting with a tricky knight. There we go. Where are the defenses? Where are the defenses? Where should that pawn be dropped? Let's go here. Controls 2 squares instead of 1. Careful. He has 6 minor pieces, but they're not on the board yet. This is where my queen now brings the pain. Bring the pain. And if their tactics don't work out with dropping minor pieces around here, and there might be actually knight check here, knight check there. If it doesn't work out, I'm definitely going to have something against their king. Okay, they're going into prevent here. Prevent mode. Drop a rook now, or grab this pawn. I'm ready to drop a pawn on g2 now. Oh yeah, hitting the rook as well. They're down on time. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Knight here, mate. Actually, it's going to be mate. Bishop takes pawn, queen takes, and there is that move. Or even rook h1. Drop in the corner for mate. Yikes. That wasn't cool to start out like that, but I fought back somehow. That mouse slip. 23 minutes left in this one. So far, so good. Can I go perfect? We're going to see. All right. Third time playing this guy. I don't know if they're Crazyhouse games or regular games. Okay. Let's just go here. I've been having success with not being aggressive with the bishop, but more defensive here, preventing potential pins against my knight. Okay. Let's take. And I think if I'm not careful, a pawn gets dropped here because of this coordination between the bishop and knight. So that said, should I be dropping a pawn right here? No. We're going to take. And then do a pawn drop right here. If queen here, I don't have knight takes like I did in that one game. But I'd have a bishop block. Should I already play knight h4? No. Let's get some more development in. I want to keep this knight in my pocket. Oh, there's that move. All right, let's go here. Yep, rook to g8. Forfeiting my castling rights, but yeah, if I take, I'm just inviting a piece to develop and control this square. I want to take back control of g7. And he could be an attacking piece too, huh? Oh boy. I'm in trouble. Yeah, my king's getting lured right out here. Oh boy. Prepare to run, king. You're going to be doing a lot of it. Where are you? Hang tight now. Hang tight. Don't lose hope here. Just back up. It's going to be all right. A little scary, for sure. But, yeah. They could do a pawn drop right here. Defense. Defense. Okay, you're all right. You're doing all right here, buddy. Rook here, pawn takes, king takes, pawn drop. Follow? Maybe I just take the pawn and then take here. I'll have 2 pawns for the rook. Yeah. That's compensation. That's compensation. You can't drop a rook with any great effect. Meanwhile, I'll build up my king safety. There you go. Look at the positives. They're thinking about something else, clearly. Knight here, I'll just take. Oh, they might be thinking of that because of bishop check as a follow-up move. Looking for these, Oh, very nice. That move as well, huh? But I could take here, no? Knight takes knight, pawn takes. No, I'm gonna grab that knight. Yeah, let's see what you got, man. I have two knights and a bishop. If they're not quick, I am going to build up. Okay. I should probably drop a pawn right here. Control the squares that they try to control. I think I should have this. I'm going to put pieces here every move. Every move, unless they take, I have to take back. Okay, time to build up. Fast. Pawn there. Bishop here. I don't care. I don't care about that. Bishop. I'm going to drop a pawn. Not so fast. Playing very defensively, I realize. Maybe I have enough defense. Double G-pawn defense? Double isolated G-pawns? Put a knight on h4. How about that? No bishop here. This was not a good idea. 6 seconds. Oh, we can't allow that to happen. Knight on h6. Gotta defend that square. How we doing? Defend. Bishop. Okay, we're building up. We're building up here. We got a tricky knight. I'm out of fuel. Look at this wall. Look at this wall. That wasn't a good idea. Okay, give me some pieces. Give me some pieces. I like my king shelter. Yeah, how are you going to get at my king? How are you going to get at my king? I'm slowly getting there. What a crazy game. Craziness. Give me a bishop. There you go. Oh no. Just defend. Wow. This is nutty. Oh boy. Gotta defend that. I'm banking a ton of time. They just lost some material there. That's pretty serious. They just dropped like 2 pieces there. Oh, there's that move. All I've been doing is just reacting to their play. I guess here. And do a knight drop. Okay. They could do a rook drop here. My king has officially stripped of his defenses. Alright, you're gonna run over here, king. This is where there's a pawn. This is where there's pawn shelter. Oh. Ooh. Alright, that's alright. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. Oh. Okay, they're taking that rook, but now is my time to strike. It's not too late. It really isn't. Hmm. Maybe it is. Could do pawn drops. I want to do a knight drop on e2. There you go. Keep working, man. Keep working. Make it happen. Hmm. Give me the initiative somehow. Oh boy. Bishop takes pawn. It's a check. I don't think I have time to take that. I don't know. Yikes. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Trouble. I'm getting mated. Yep, it's happening soon. There it is. Oh, what a game. What a game. Jerry, you were too defensive in that one. You gotta be thinking more offensively. Oh, I know. It's too little too late. Man, I had such a wall or what I thought was a wall, and then they exploited that E6 square. Ah, I just needed just a little more time. That was the approach I was gunning for, where I just react to their offensive stuff early on, and then come back later and bring the pain. Ah, it didn't quite work. Man, I really enjoyed that game though. That was a good one. All right, get back on the horse. H3. Alrighty, let's get this guy working. There, are they going to allow bishop to g5? I may have had something in that game too. Once I started throwing some punches. All right, let's make something happen against this pinned knight, maybe, huh? Okay. Don't know that I want to actually take. Because their queen comes out, and then they could think about taking here with check. Maybe I should have taken here first. Oh, I should have captured, then here, and then here. Stuff. This doesn't feel right, because I could take and then drop a bishop here. Although I don't know if that's the best piece to drop in there. Let's take here, for starters. Now we're going to drop a knight there. Strike at the pinned piece. Strike at g7. Only 11 minutes left. And this one? That game took forever. Wow. Is that a 10+ minute game? Man. Less than 50 for my opponent. Alright, this has to be good. I'll take with this guy. I want to have the knight still controlling these two squares. Keep my knight on board. Well, also a way to view it is that they don't have a knight that they could drop now. I gave up my bishop. But I have a knight that could do some damage. How? How are you going to make that happen? Knight on f5? I don't know if I even want to take him back. I guess we will. But I'm thinking about a knight drop here with then a bishop drop on one of these two, or really, ideally, I'd like to have a knight here and a pawn drop on this square. Let's get him back here. Strong squares. Even in regular chess, right? These holes, these gaps in the position. That can't be right. Bishop here. Pretty deadly, no? Yeah, that's a pretty strong threat. I did consider this for a moment. Knight takes here. And it's close to mate. Yeah, a mate and two threat, actually. If the queen moves, it's knight takes pawn, and then a pawn drop here for mate. Ouch. That's going to do it. Just enough gas. I'll take it. 9 minutes left. 40, 36, 36, 22. All right. Let's see if we could win all but one. First time playing against this guy. I don't believe the Sicilian is good in Crazyhouse because of this square. A pawn drop here. Like, if I have a pawn connected with the knight here, it's game over. Here, here, and then take the knight and knight drop on c7. I'm already threatening some pretty devastating things. Take the knight, like this right here. This shouldn't be survive. You can't survive this, I don't think. That's a check. Could take here. I'll take that one. Okay, I got a knight, got a rook. How vulnerable is their king? I could go here and then take here with check, but they'll drop a bishop and throw a punch back at my queen. So I don't know how bad of a shelter this is for their king. Maybe safer than my own. They have two tricky knights. Right here. Threatening to trap their queen with rook there. Or even drop a rook right here for check. Right next to the king. Boom. Who saw that queen trap coming? The old queen trap. Okay. Do I even need to take the bishop? Where are their knight drops with check? Nowhere. Right here, but I'll just take. Threatening mate with the queen on c8. They don't have time to take my queen. I think they're in trouble. Maybe a knight drop here, hitting the rook, defending queen c8. Maybe. I also have knight check and then dropping a queen here as an idea. Let's see what defense they come up with here. Queen c8 is the mate threat. Queen drop on c8, mate. They defended. However, as mentioned, I could play knight here, but no, I can't do queen drop here. The knight controls that square as well. Queen drop here, king here. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to scoop up this bishop, threatening mate next. No. They'll take my rook. No, wait, I have a queen drop right here. Yeah, let's flush the king towards the center of the board. And now take the bishop. Yeah, queen here. Bishop drop here. You can't survive this, I don't think. There's too much now. Yeah, just throw him in there. That's mate. 40, 36, 36, 24. 5 minutes left. This might be the last game. Maybe. All right. Yeah, I don't know. These c-pawn openings. I don't know about that. Like these standard moves. All right, this is leaving already a hole on this square. So I'm going to look to control this square with the pawn. And one day drop a piece in there. Let's not be so quick to move him. Actually, moving him early might leave some opportunity. Like, it might open up a possibility of white dropping a pawn here. You know, he's unprotected as soon as the bishop moves and could soon turn into a target for white. That said, I still need to develop him, and they don't have anything to drop. I think this is fine. I like having being in a position with one of your pieces where you could take your opponent's piece, but they can't take your piece. You know, in case you need the knight at some point, you could always take them and then drop them next turn, especially when it's with check here. So I'm not going to take him just yet. Don't take pin pieces. Let's just go. Let's go 2. Yeah, they're in a pin. Let's open things up. Don't know how I would recapture. Okay, they're going with that. I could take this pawn now. I'm going to. Maybe drop a pawn right in here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, I think. So I could take this knight and drop a knight in here. Right here. There's a gap. And then take this knight and then drop one here. Get the rook at least. It's close to, well, no, not close to mate, but... What I really would like is a pawn. Take the rook, a pawn drop, a rook drop here, getting the queen. Don't know that I want to take the rook, actually. Yeah, I do. Because I get still some initiative here. Where I could drop the rook and attack their bishop. Control some squares relatively close to their king. They could take my knight with check. Less than 2 minutes left in the tournament, so this is almost certainly going to be the last game. Alright, they did go in for that. So now I have a bishop that I could drop here. Are they even going to take my knight in the corner? I could put my rook here and threaten the rook drop, getting the queen. It's maybe not a bad idea. Are they going to start any action against my king? No, they're not even going to take. But now I could get their queen. Just like that. And this should not be survivable. Queen drop right here already. No, not so fast. Let's just go here. Threatening queen here, and then a new queen on the board. Drop for mate. Yeah, this should be good enough. This is pretty overwhelming. Maybe going straight in for the queen drop here was good. I'm just going to do it. I could take this knight, and I should. And then, I don't know, let's drop a rook there. See how they defend. I could always take a piece out with check now, and that'll actually be mate. Oh, and I got it in before the tournament ended, with 8 seconds remaining. Oh, just out of the podium. 44, 38, 36, 28. And yeah, 111 took part in this one. There were how many? Less than 50 at the start, I thought at least. Let's see who else took part in this one. The Stefanova tournament. Not quite squeaky clean, but better than before. The other tournaments I competed in and recorded and uploaded. That game I lost I think was my favorite. That was intense. Walked my king all the way over to the queen side in that one. The one where I was super defensive. All right. To the 111 of you who took part in this. Good games all. All right.